And we're back. Here I am, Fly Navarro with Fly Zone Fishing. I'm here with my friend Adriana with Anglers for a Cure.
The cure.
For the cure. All right. Adriana, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, my story. Anglers for the Cure story started actually in 2009 when my husband of 29 years was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And he had his first PSA screening at 54, and it came back high, and then he had his biopsy done, and the Gleason score was high, and we proceeded to have it treated, and he was clear. And 8 months later, it came back in his bones, and then we proceeded to get treatment. And long story short, once it goes to your bones, there's really a very little chance of survival. And he was paralyzed the last 5 months of his life. He was an avid angler when I met him. He flew helicopters, airplanes, built gyrocopters. He was just learning how to kite board. He was just, every morning was what he's going to do next. He was fit. He was a beautiful man, and he passed away in May 2014. 29 years of my life. It was after I went to my first tournament that year. I went to actually the Blue Water Babes tournament. I had a blast, had a real blast. I woke up 2 weeks later and I said, I gotta do something. I gotta do something for the guys. There's plenty out there for the girls. And with no training or nothing, I just started Anglers for the Cure. I started the logo, I started the website, I started making calls, walking all the boat shows, and now in its third year, we're going to probably have 100 boats. We have over 130 sponsors, and its mission is really to get the message out to all of you in your 30s and your 40s and 50s that prostate cancer is not a grandfather's disease anymore. A grandfather at 50-something is still young. My husband wasn't a grandfather, but he was young and vital, and never expected him to be gone. Never expected to be a widow at 49. And what happened to him, I don't wish on my worst enemy. When I think about him, I think, what a waste. What it could have been avoided. And so its mission, Anglers for the Cure, its mission is not so much just to raise money, which is all good because we go to several benefactors. I spread the love throughout different charities. But its real mission is to just get the message out there that, prostate cancer is not something to be overlooked, that it's not always curable, and it's not something, if you can avoid it, get your PSA done and go to your doctor and just, I talk to strangers at bars and talk to them, when did you have your PSA done? And they're like, I don't remember, or I don't think so, or I think I had a blood test. I go, was your PSA in there? They don't know. So it's like education as well. Some guys don't even know where their prostate is. They don't.
Why doesn't that not surprise me?
It's like, okay, we need to get you to school or something, or, it's just amazing. But I have saved several lives in the last few years. I've saved at least a couple dozen lives of guys going and getting their tests done because of me. They went, and I'm very thank you. I'm so thankful that they listened to me. I've had them call me and say, if it wasn't for you, I probably, who knows where I'd be, because they were diagnosed with prostate cancer, but they got it early, all because they spoke to me in a strange bar about what I was doing, and their wives would call me thanking me, and that's what that's all I want. That's all I want out of this. And when I speak to my sponsors, they're like, that's different, and yes, we're on board. And when I speak to people, yes, my grandfather had it, my father had it, my brother had it. It's out there. 1 in 6 men, if not more, I believe, will get it. So that's what Anglers is for.
Get the test done.
Yes, get the test done. It's only a blood test.
All righty, guys. Thanks for joining us here in the Fly Zone.